Welcome back to Plugged In, the podcast where we unpack the future of energy and technology. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. It's great to be back with you. Today we're diving into a topic that's on everyone's mind in the sustainability world: carbon credits.
Absolutely. But we're not just talking about what they are. We're talking about the single biggest thing holding them back from truly scaling and making a global impact. And that thing is data.
It sounds almost too simple, right? Data. But it's this huge, complex bottleneck. So let's break it down. Alex, when we say data's the problem, what's the first hurdle people face?
Volume. Just sheer volume. Think about an offshore oil platform or a sprawling drilling operation on land. You have thousands of data points coming in every second from flare stacks, pipeline monitors, methane leak sensors. It's a firehouse of information.
Exactly. And it's not just about volume, but variety. You have structured data from your energy meters, but then you have unstructured data, like maintenance logs, satellite imagery, or even shipping manifests. Trying to manually collect and standardize all of that is a monumental task.
Right. And historically, what did companies do? They'd take a snapshot, maybe a monthly report, or even a quarterly one. It was impossible to manage in real time.
Exactly. So you're already working with incomplete, outdated information. That brings us to the second and maybe even bigger problem: integrity. How do you trust that data? How can a buyer of a carbon credit be sure that the data hasn't been tampered with, or that the measurements are accurate?
That's the greenwashing concern in a nutshell. If the underlying data is shaky, the entire credit is, well, it's built on sand. It lacks the credibility needed for a serious financial instrument.
And that's not just a theoretical risk. Imagine an oil and gas drilling site with a project to capture and re-inject flared gas. If a single sensor monitoring the gas flow is miscalibrated by a tiny fraction, it could lead to thousands of phantom credits being issued for gas that was never actually captured. This erodes trust across the entire market. It's like finding out a whole batch of currency is counterfeit. People become skeptical of everything, and the legitimate, high-impact projects find it much harder to get funding.
hmm And let's add a third layer of complexity: translation. You have all this raw technical data. How do you translate that into the specific, often rigid frameworks required for MRV?
MRV, that's monitoring, reporting, and verification. It's the set of rules that governs how carbon credits are certified. And they are not simple.
Not at all. Each methodology, whether it's reducing methane emissions from pneumatic devices, carbon capture at a gas processing facility, or eliminating routine flaring, has its own unique data requirements. A simple data point like gas flared has to be meticulously documented and formatted to be accepted. It's a specialized skill, so companies end up spending a fortune on consultants just to make sense of their own data. It's slow, it's expensive, and it's prone to human error.
So you have this trifecta of problems: too much data, data you can't fully trust, and a complex translation process. It's no wonder things have been moving so slowly. But this is where the conversation shifts, right? From problem to solution.
This is where it gets exciting, because we now have the tools to solve this, specifically automation and AI.
Okay, so let's connect the dots. How does AI tackle the volume issue?
Think of it as the ultimate data processor. AI models can ingest and structure that fire hose of data in real time. They can clean it, flag anomalies, and prepare it for analysis continuously. It's not a once-a-month task anymore. It's a constant, automated process.
So automation handles the volume, and that helps with integrity because there's less manual intervention, less room for error.
Precisely. And for integrity, you can layer on things like blockchain to create an immutable, auditable trail. Every data point is logged and secured. And then for the translation piece, AI can be trained on those complex MRV frameworks.
So it essentially automates the paperwork. It knows the rules and can format the data correctly from the get-go.
You got it. This is the core idea behind the Enovate ecosystem. It's not just one tool, it's a platform designed to manage this entire life cycle, from data ingestion to verification to monetization. It turns this massive data problem into a system for generating verifiable finance-grade assets.
And that's the key mindset shift. Data stops being a compliance headache and starts becoming a revenue-generating asset. Your emissions data, when verified and trusted, has real financial value.
Speaking of the specific tech that makes this possible, this feels like a perfect moment to bring back one of our favorite segments.
I was thinking the same thing. Yes, returning this week, it's our Tech Spotlight.
And today, we're putting the spotlight on a tool that's core to the Enovate AI platform, the emissions forecasting platform.
So forecasting. This isn't just about looking at past data, it's about predicting the future. How does it work?
At its heart, it uses deep learning models. These are sophisticated AI algorithms that are fed enormous amounts of historical data, all that real-time IoT and operational data we were talking about. The model learns the patterns, the relationships between different variables.
Like how weather affects energy use, or how a certain production schedule impacts output at a specific facility.
Exactly. Once it understands those relationships, it can accurately predict future carbon output with a pretty stunning degree of accuracy.
Okay, so let's talk benefits. I'm a plant manager or COO. What does this tool do for me?
First, you can pinpoint high emission areas before they become major problems. The model might show that a specific piece of machinery is projected to become less efficient. You can schedule proactive maintenance, saving both costs and carbon.
So it improves planning. You can make smarter, data-driven decisions about upgrades or operational changes.
Absolutely. It reduces costs, boosts long-term efficiency, and bringing it all back to our main topic.
It strengthens your carbon credit strategy.
That's the link. If you can accurately forecast your emissions, you can more effectively plan your reduction efforts. And those reduction efforts are what generate high-integrity, verifiable carbon credits. The forecast proves intent and allows for better optimization. It makes the entire process more robust and trustworthy.
So as we wrap up, it really feels like the core insight here is data itself isn't the prize. I mean, having a lot of data is one thing, but it's what you do with it that matters.
That's the perfect way to put it. Data is only valuable when it's verified, trusted, and actionable. That's the bridge from data being a bottleneck to data being an asset.
A huge thank you to everyone for plugging in with us today. We hope this gave you a clear picture of the path forward for carbon markets.
And we'd love for you to continue the conversation with us. If you want to dive deeper, learn more about Enovate AI and our solutions, please visit us at enovate.ai. That's ENOVATE.ai.
You can also find our other episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
So until next time, I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. Thanks for listening.